We are here to talk about an episode of The Simpsons titled
Whacking Day.
Whacking Day.
It is from season 4. It's episode 20.
And why did we pick it?
Because we are goofy and we love The Simpsons.
Yeah, if we were just randomly flipping, like, what episode are we going to do? I don't know. That one's great. That one's great. Oh, Whacking Day.
This was really a hard choice for us to come up with our very first episode for our new silly show that you're watching right now. Thanks for tuning in, by the way.
Thank you
Feel free
much.
to subscribe at the bottom because more of these shows will come soon.
Absolutely. So it's a Bart heavy episode, especially at the very beginning, the first act, and Bart gets in trouble in school and gets kicked out of school, and so he can't go anywhere else. Then Marge decides to be Bart's teacher and homeschool him, and as they are in their homeschool, they learn about Whacking Day, and Whacking Day is...
Whacking Day is a tradition where basically everyone in the whole town, started by Jedediah Springfield, gets to go and whack snakes on the head. So they take their mallets and they go and they whack a snake on the head. And for whatever reason, Springfield is very full of snakes, as you see in this episode.
They got like a snake overload in this town for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they're whacking them, because they got so many.
I guess, but Lisa is very pro animals and pro life, and she's our little environmentalist, and she's very against Whacking Day, and that comes out loud and clear in this episode as well.
Yep, absolutely. So what we did was we took some notes and we came up with our favorite lines from the episode, our favorite scene from the episode, and who was the winner and the loser of the episode. So I think we can start off with lines. You want to do lines?
Sure.
You want to take the first one?
One of my favorite lines, this is a good one to kick off, is excellent, not a trace of urine. When Superintendent Chalmers is doing the school inspection, he dips his finger in the sandbox, which, first of all, disgusting and gross, and then, excellent, not a trace of urine.
I like it. All right, mine was early in the episode, too, and it is a Nelson line, and the line is, I want you to keep filling your shirt with crud until I get back. And... And I don't know, I'm a big Nelson fan, I guess. That one was hilarious. But he's bullying, and Skinner's on the intercom, and he wants everybody's attention. So Nelson stops bullying and...
Yeah, Skinner's plan for the superintendent's inspection of the school is to get all of the bullies into the basement, which is one of my favorite moments in this episode. This episode has such great favorite moments, but hi, Vincent.
Hey, Vincent.
And so Skinner's plan is to get all of the bullies into the civil defense shelter that's in the basement of the school. And he has handwritten a sign that says free mountain bikes, and he calls Jimbo and Nelson and Bart and a few others down to go to this room in the basement for their free mountain bikes. So my second favorite line, it's actually a toss-up because I wrote down two others, but also a Nelson quote. When they are in the civil defense shelter in the basement, they are contemplating what life is like in a school that has no bullies. And they're just really bummed because that's their lifelong goal, is to be a bully at school, which is kind of a fun little insight to witness. And his depressed voice says, kids using their lunch money for food? And I just think that's funny.
That's awesome. And my second favorite line, so when Whacking Day starts and they're like a big festival going on in the town square and they got a choir of kids and the kids sing a song that is a play on "Oh Christmas Tree," but they change the lyrics for Whacking Day, and they go, "Oh whacking day, oh whacking day, our hallowed snake skull cracking day." I love it. I love when the Simpsons do songs in the show. It's so good.
It is.
So
pretty good.
I had to rate that one. That was number 2 for me.
That was, and I cheated and put down 3, but
Give us the 3. It's good.
during the Whacking Day festival, Mayor Quimby rolls in town with his limo, and he gets out and he whispers to his goon, "Did you bring the pre-whacked snakes?" And it's just.
And he shows them the case of their dead snakes.
And yeah, it looks like a bunch of folded ties, but they're dead snakes, and there are 12 pre-whacked snakes because clearly Quimby can't do all that work during Whacking Day, and then that comes and kind of haunts him at the end because they've changed their mind about Whacking Day being amazing.
But he didn't get the memo.
And he didn't get the memo, so he rolls up again in his limo at the end of the episode and has 12 snakes in his hand. And he's like, "Woohoo, look at me!" And everybody's like, "Boo! Hiss! Yeah, you're evil!" You know. So we'll get more into
We'll
that
get
in
into
a minute.
that. So we'll go to favorite scenes, and so I'll do that one first. My favorite scene. There's a scene like midway through the episode where Homer is training to take out the snakes because he wants to do a great job at Whacking Day. So he gets his own special custom stick, and he's in the backyard doing like a martial arts movie. And these cardboard snakes pop up, and he's kicking them, he's smacking them, and he's doing the whole like martial arts Bruce Lee thing, and that scene cracks me up. So that was That's
one of my favorite scenes in this as well, because it's the most activity that you ever really see Homer doing.
Yeah.
He's not one for exercise, and he's really skilled in his martial arts and his Whacking Day.
It's like he gets in fights in the show all the time, and he never uses martial arts, but in this episode, he's like really good at it.
He is really good at it. So he's really excited about Whacking Day, and obviously he's had some practice for previous Whacking Days on whacking these snakes, and he's excited about it. Probably my favorite scene is toward the end of the episode. During Whacking Day, they have a special guest star of singer Barry White, and he comes and he talks about, or he's, basically gets on and he welcomes the town to this festival, and then he asks Mayor Quimby, "What's this about?" And then he's like, "You people disgust me." And then he walks off stage. Bart's reading this book, and he and Lisa are trying to figure out how to save the snakes because Bart has decided that he's discovered that this is a sham. It's just not a real holiday to celebrate. And Lisa, of course, is against this in the first place. So they actually are working together, and Bart says that snakes really like vibrations in the ground, loud vibrations, and so they're flipping through their record collection, and she's finding like Alvin and the Chipmunks and some really lame records with no bass or no sounds that they can recruit the snakes to come and be saved. And then Barry White goes walking by their window, and he's just kind of grumbling to himself, and then Lisa opens the door and, "Mr. White, can we recruit you? We need your help for something." And he says, "Anything for a lady." And then they have a great song together, which makes me really happy.
They put the speakers on the ground for the vibrations for the snakes to come running. And then all the snakes end up in their house.
All the snakes end up in their house, and it basically fills the first floor of the house and buries Maggie, which, part of that whole scene, Maggie's always sucking on her pacifier, and the snake hisses, and she shoves a pacifier in its mouth. That's so funny.
That's great. So we have winners and losers of the episode. Who was your winner of the episode?
So my winner is kind of 2, but I will go with Willie in this episode is the winner. He's wearing his kilt. He's definitely in full Willie Scottish outfit, and this gorgeous redhead comes and asks, where a lovely redheaded lass can go bathe in the lock, and he just says, "Oh, well, there's no locks in Springfield, but there's a pool at my hotel, and we cleaned out the dead rat at the end," and she's basically just swooning, and okay, let's link arms and let's go. And so he's a winner in my book.
I wrote the same thing down. Winner, Willie gets the Scottish girl.
That's pretty good.
That's just what I wrote.
Right, and apparently he's not living in a shack.
He's not living in a shack. He's living somewhere with a
hotel or something.
It's got a dead rat in it, but it's something. It's better than the shack.
It's better than the shack.
All right, and then we also picked the loser of the episode, and my loser of the episode was Superintendent Chalmers, because it goes back to the same scene, and Bart steals Willie's souped-up tractor, and Superintendent Chalmers bends over to pick something up, and he gets a tractor in the butt. I think that's probably not the one that wins this episode for sure.
That is exactly what I wrote down for the loser of this episode as well. My side note to that was kind of, it maybe makes up for it at the end, but another loss in this episode is that all of the bullies are trapped in the basement, except for Bart, who had started out with them, but then he climbed through and then has an adventure with Willie's tractor, hence, the Superintendent Chalmers moment, and then gets expelled. But the bullies have been stuck in the basement in this civil defense shelter the entire episode. And
we find out at the end they're still in there.
Right.
How many days have gone by?
Exactly. They've been bribed down there with these mountain bikes, and so they lost because they didn't get to participate in Whacking Day, and they've been stuck. They did have food and chemical toilets, according to the the scenery around the room, so they were okay. But at the end, then you see Skinner trying to make up for it with Willie racing back to the school with the mountain bikes. So that's kind of a win as well, which is my other.
Did you notice how Kearney was eating a cracker? It's like, and they said chemical toilets in the background.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, okay, they could have lived there for a month or however long it's been. That was hilarious.
But I'm sure they were kind of mad at Bart for leaving
he
and
didn't
not
say,
coming
hey,
back to get them.
He didn't say, hey, don't forget about the guys down there.
Right.
So he'll probably he'll get a wedgie or something from that, I imagine. Yeah. All right, well, that was the episode, Season 4, Episode 20, Whacking Day. Classic stuff. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. We will be coming back at you soon with another episode, a random one. We're just picking these out of a hat as we go.
Yep.
And so we're not sure what the next one will be, but keep an eye out, and we'll be back at you with one very soon. Any final words to everyone?
I just wanted to point out that you are wearing this t-shirt, which is not a Simpsons t-shirt, but it is by the same creator.
Matt Groening, Futurama, which is another great show, by the way. And, you got your Wonder Woman shirt on. So still cool.
Could be a trademark. I might wear my Wonder Woman shirt every episode. Who knows?
Who knows? I got some other silly shirts, so I might switch mine up. But you can.
Who knows?
Yeah, you can do a costume.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
We'll see. But just tune in and something will happen.
If you haven't seen this episode, or if it's been a while since you have, these episodes are available on Hulu for sure. We own the DVDs as well. They're available out there.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus also has every episode of The Simpsons streaming, and Hulu and Disney Plus are both pretty reasonable to purchase, and you have a lot of content there with just The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. So it's worth it just for every episode of The Simpsons coming back. That's worth the price there, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway.
Absolutely. So check it out again. Season 4, episode 20. Whacking Day.
Whacking Day. We will be back soon, and until the next time,
Jiminy Jillikers!